Hi, my name is Sam. I'm from Maineland Woodworking, and today I want to show you a quick technique that I discovered while I was doing some product development for Maineland Woodworking. I saw a woman plying together two yarns with an electric spinning wheel, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I was going to build an attachment, an add-on for these bobbin winders that I make, and it was very fancy with big flywheels and hooks, and it didn't really work very well. But during the process, I discovered this much simpler method for plying together a couple of strands of yarn. And the best part is it's super simple. It costs you a bobbin. This is about $1 and some cardboard. And the other good thing about it is it works if you have a bobbin winder of any variety, or if you're using a power drill to wind your bobbins. That's something I've done for a long time. I like doing the bobbin winders. They're a little quieter. It's just a little nicer to work with. But we'll take a quick look at how I do this, and then I'll show you how the process actually works. Okay, so I've cut out 2 circles from that piece of cardboard, and to do that I just took this soup can and marked around it and cut it. I figure everybody knows how to do that. These are about 2.5 inches in diameter, just a little bit over, and that's not a critical dimension, but the important thing is that you be able to find the center of it. So I used a compass to help find the center, and then you're going to take that same pair of scissors and make a hole that's about the same diameter, a little bit wider than the hole in your bobbin. Okay, so we're going to do that on both of them. And again, this is not super critical, but it's useful for this to be in the center. Okay, so there are a bunch of different ways that you could do this beyond just digging at it with a pair of scissors, but this is the most accessible one, so I figured I'd show it. Alright, so now we're going to take a hot glue gun, which I'm nearly out of hot glue, so you have to kind of forgive me here, but we're going to take a little hot glue and put it on the end of our bobbin. Well, this is going poorly. It's really helpful when there's enough glue that you can use the trigger. So you've got your hot glue going, and you're just going to press that on there, try and get it centered. If you're a little bit off, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just enough hot glue to stick it on there. Come on. Alright. So here you have, ooh, I'm not in frame. Here you have your modified bobbin. That's all there is to it. And now I'll show you the technique on how the rest of it works. Alright. So I'm just going to start it like a normal bobbin, wind it a few times around, and then I'm going to take it over to the edge, and I'm going to just catch it on the edge there. And then as I spin, it starts to put twists into this line. I'll give you a close-up of this later. But I let it twist up, and then I bring it over, and I wind it on. And then I do the same thing. I bring it over, let it twist up, and then bring it over and wind it on. Let it twist up, bring it over and wind it on. Let me give you a close-up of how this looks.
Okay, so here you can see the two plies twisting together. So as it comes along, it builds up that twist, and let's see if we can't get a better shot of that. Come on, camera. You can see those twisting together. Like that. And then once you get it twisted as much as you like, you bring it over, wheel it on, spool a little bit more out. Just like that, till you have enough enough twist in it. Spool it on. So it's not fast, it's not production, but it'll get you through a project, and you'll know if you want to invest in a larger machine that does this more at a production level. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. It's been about 11 minutes, really. But I've got quite a bit done. Like I said, it's not production, but it's enough if you wanted to experiment with this to see if you wanted to do more of it. Or if you wanted to have a couple of accent shots through a piece. It changes the thickness of the thread. So if you had some thin thread that you liked the color, but it wasn't thick enough for the piece you were doing, you could ply a couple of them together. I understand this is not technically correct plying because I'm not counter twisting, but I'm going to weave this into a piece of fabric. It's not really going to matter very much once it's woven in. It will be held in by the warp, and it's not going to unravel. So to transfer it onto a standard bobbin, I stuck a couple of pencils in the sides of my modified bobbin to form a bit of an axle, and then it rides on the pot just like that. Works great. It'll slowly work its way around in a circle because the yarn is twisted, but it doesn't affect very much. So you see it can go in nice. It doesn't like twist up or cause knots or anything like that. It sometimes does cause a little bit of a, if you get it too loose, it'll cause a little knot like that, but it pulls right out. It's not a problem. It doesn't affect the weaving at all. And everybody's seen weaving on the internet. Enough of that. You can see here. It's kind of this interesting, every other stitch, every other one is a different color. You can duplicate this with double weave, but you can't do double weave with everything you can do with the plied. So I hope you learned something. It's a pretty inexpensive way to get into creating your own custom yarns, and it doesn't take very much. Just a slightly modified bobbin and a winder or a drill. If you guys like this, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who could use this, who might be interested in doing this, share it with them. And if you are at all interested, we sell these bobbin winders and this style of shovel and the yarn swifts on our Etsy store. There will be a link in the description. Hope you guys have a good day.